Hello everybody, welcome to the sound test room. Today we are taking a look at EG nodes and different ways we can get MIDI in. So we're going to take a look at recording MIDI in from a MIDI effects, drag and drop MIDI, and also playing MIDI in from a MIDI effect. Okay, so we're going to start with a piano roll. And I'm going to open up just to start with a piano. So we're going to choose Moog Model, and we'll just leave it on the default piano for now. Just to start with, that'll be absolutely fine. Then I am going to add in a MIDI effect. Okay, and I am going to look for the marvelous Tonality. And I'm going to choose the Tonality chord pads for this. Okay, so we'll open this up, open Tonality. I'm just going to open up full screen for now, but I'll be recording it in half screen sort of thing. You'll see why, but anyway, you can do it any way you like. So I'm going to tap on this here and choose inspiration chord progressions. And I'm going to choose assorted sevenths. You can choose anything you like, of course. And yeah, we'll leave it on C. It doesn't really matter. Assorted sevenths, create. And let me just close, because this won't make any noise at the moment. So let's just close this down for a sec. And I am going to click on the little on the MIDI effects node. And I'm going to click on the little MIDI icon here. Scroll down and choose node 1 like this. Okay, open Tonality up again, and now Tonality will play Moog Model. So let's give Moog Model a bit of a boost in volume, shall we? So let's just put on a DDMF EQ and I'll just drop that down a little bit. Give it some input gain. That should be fine for what we want. Anyway, so let's open Tonality up again. So first of all, we need to go into our MIDI here for the piano roll and choose how many bars we'd like to record over. Okay, so I'm going to choose 4 bars. That's enough. You can choose up to 16 bars. I'm going to hit metronome. Going to slow this down a little bit. Okay, that'll do. And make sure I'm armed for record, and then make sure this is on play. Now, before I do this, actually, I'll go to Tonality, and there are different things we can do. We can set this up, this strummer. If we long hold on this little icon here, let me open it up for some. Long hold on this icon here. These will start to shake, and we can choose some of these like this. And then we can actually kind of, I'll just take it off strum mode. So you can kind of play it like that, but I'm not going to do that for now. That's something you can do with Tonality. Right, okay, let's go down here like this. And we don't need to press play. We're going to rely on this. So all we need to do is start this off. Let's make sure play and record is on. Well, record and play. Let's go back to Tonality. We'll wait till it comes back around before we start. And then all I need to do is play these in. So I'll use my finger, not the mouse, but you'll see the chord highlight. Okay, cool beans. This doesn't need to be playing, of course, so we can close that now. So what we've done now is we've used Tonality to record the MIDI in by hand. So let's just get rid of this node for now. And just to prove this worked, switch that off. And now you're free to add anything you like. And of course, you can always just tap on the node anywhere like this and say duplicate node, and it duplicates exactly the same thing. So you could go in and say change the sound up or add a completely different instruments. So now we've got this. Now say this organ was a little bit too low. Let's just transpose this up. Let's transpose it up 1 octave. Okay, so that's how you can manipulate the MIDI by playing it in with Tonality. So let's just, for speed, let's go in here and delete that node. Let's go in here, expand this full page, go down and see all these chords. I'm going to click this little pencil icon here and delete everything I've just done here. So start here, get it all in, and just hit delete. So now hopefully we won't have anything at all in there. Okay, next one. Right, I'll just stop that for a moment. Now I'm going to create another MIDI effect node. So click on here. So MIDI effects. This time I'm going to look for Suggester. There we go, Suggester. And I am going to go to we can start a new scale, by the way. We could build a new song in Suggester, but I'm going to go to my little icon down here and go import documents and go to recent because I was using it earlier. And I'm going to pick this one called Good for Lo-Fi, which is a project I recorded in Suggester a while ago. It'll pop up now. There it is. And if I play Suggester, you won't hear anything because we need to connect it to modules. So again, go to this little MIDI here, and this time I'm going to scroll down again and use node 1. So now I happen to know that if I look at my progression here and suggest that it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and they're set on whole notes, so basically 1 bar each. And this will be okay, cool. So we can close this now, go in here, and I'm going to set this to 8 bars because it's 8 bars. Remember, we can have up to 16 bars inside of nodes, which is absolutely plenty. Make sure record is armed, and basically make sure you're back at the beginning of your scene. And now we can just hit play. And it's going to record that MIDI in for us. And because we're only recording over 8 bars, it's done. So we can stop that now. So again, let's close this. We can actually just delete this node now. We don't need it because we've recorded our MIDI in. And if we look at what's going on here, we can see. And if I press play now, of course, it's just going to play, which is epic. Awesome stuff. So the last one I'm going to show you is drag and drop MIDI. Drag and drop. We don't need a MIDI effects to do this. All we need is some MIDI to drag from somewhere. So this is very cool. I'm going to open up my, I'm going to use Sample Crate, but I could use the Files app for this because I'm importing MIDI. This is inside of Cubasis, right? I've got some MIDI stuff in here. So I'm going to choose a key, doesn't matter what. We'll go with this A major, F minor. I'm going to go to progressions. So I'm going to go to modal, choose something. Well, I'll just pick up this. So I'm going to pick this up here and I can drag it here and drop it, as you can see, like that. Or I can open up the actual playhead thing and choose a different one, or this one. I'll drag it in, or just drop it here like this. So now let's close this out the way. We don't need that. Here's this chord progression here. Now I'm going to set this now to 8 bars and see what happens. Now it looks like it's only imported 4 bars worth of it. So let's just see if there were any more bars. I'm just going to delete this MIDI quickly like this. And I'm going to go again to, actually it's still here, isn't it? Yeah, I'm going to open it up here and I'm going to drag in this MIDI. Oh, come on, I don't want to open it in Cubasis. Just drag that MIDI in, close it back over. And yeah, there was at least 8 bars of this. So there might have been even more, but we're going to stick with 8 bars to keep it controlled. And we can only have up to 16 bars anyway. But now what we've got, we can close that, is this MIDI that we've just dragged in. And of course we can, you know, make adjustments and stuff, and it's just going to repeat. Sorry. So there you go. There are 3 different ways you can deal with MIDI. So you can drag and drop MIDI in. Very, very handy, of course. You can record MIDI in from a MIDI effects. Or in the case of something like tonality, you can just tap, build up your chord progression, just tap what you want and where you want it. And if you're quantized, you're good. It won't, it'll quantize to whatever you set it to. For example, in here, your snap to grid will, quantize. You can transpose it down. So say, for example, oh, okay, maybe I want to transpose this -3. So you transpose your song. So you can transpose your MIDI to suit just as you can with any MIDI. You can also do cool stuff like controller speed. And this will be divisions of the resolution of the BPM, or you could do it really slow or fast actually, or slower. Or just normal. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found it useful. Nodes is just an absolutely marvelous thing. We should be carrying on with Nodes tutorials because it's bloody great. All right, folks, I will see you later. Bless you all. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, consider becoming a Patreon, and I will see you guys later. Ta-ta.